first on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Live starts now.
I commend the administration and the leadership in the department for coming down strong in favor of this quantum leap in national defense.
I am troubled by the lack of a rationality. That's why you bring something like this to Congress.
Smoke seen rising from the U.S. consulate in Dubai after being struck by a suspected Iranian drone. That's all according to a source in the region. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump praised the progress of the U.S. military operation in Iran. Hundreds of people have been killed in recent days after the U.S. and Israel launched a fierce bombing campaign on Iran, where at least 6 U.S. service members based in Kuwait have died. Senate Armed Services Chairman Roger Wicker said he expects senators to discuss a potential supplemental defense funding bill during a briefing with top Trump administration officials later this afternoon. Now, this briefing comes as questions continue to be raised by lawmakers on shifting explanations for the strikes. An Iranian media outlet also reporting today that the son of the former supreme leader, a figure long seen as a potential successor, is alive. We want to welcome you into Fox 10 Live on this Tuesday, March 3rd. I'm Ashley Mitchell. We're so glad you've decided to join us this afternoon. Let's continue a look at our biggest headlines of the day. Well, a man is found guilty of murder in a mass shooting his son is accused of committing. A jury in Georgia found Colin Gray guilty on all 29 counts, including second-degree murder, manslaughter, and cruelty to children. Prosecutors argued Gray ignored warning signs about his son's mental state and gave the gun used in the shooting to his son as a Christmas gift. Now, the shooting was committed at Appalachian High School in Winder, Georgia in 2024. The accused shooter was just 14 years old at the time.
You did get him to concede on the stand that he was told by Cole that was Nicholas Cruz in those pictures. Do you think that was a big moment for jurors?
Absolutely. I mean, how do you allow those pictures on your child's wall and not question it further?
The accused shooter is charged with 55 counts, including murder. A hearing in his case is scheduled for the middle of the month. As for his father, Colin Gray faces up to 180 years in prison. Sentencing has yet to be scheduled in that case. In the meantime, Ibrahim Yazid entered an Alabama courtroom this morning for the second day of jury selection in his murder trial. He is accused of kidnapping 19-year-old Anaya Blanchard from a convenience store in Auburn, Alabama, in 2019 and killing her. Her body was found about a month later in a nearby county. Many prospective jurors said they were familiar with the case due to media attention, and that did not instantly disqualify them as attorneys questioned them on whether that coverage had influenced their opinions. Some said yes and were dismissed. Jury selection could take a few days here. Well, locally, a Pensacola man is facing federal charges accused of threatening the President of the United States. 46-year-old Marcus Hamlet was indicted on one count of threatening the president. If convicted, he faces up to 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. The U.S. Secret Service and the Escambia County Sheriff's Office are investigating. His trial is set for April 6, 2026. For a look at other local stories we are working on now, let's go ahead and toss it over to Steve Alexander.
This is Steve Alexander on the assignment desk. Some of the stories we're following today. Mobile police have now released the identity of a man that they say was found dead in the road yesterday in West Mobile. They say he was shot while walking. And as we continue to update the latest in the Iran situation, have you noticed gas prices going up? Well, it's happening, and Jordan Lassiter is taking a look at that. Traps are being set around one area of Mobile for yellow-legged hornets. Hal Shurik will explain that. And yesterday is a red-letter day for that brand-new Mobile arena going up. Dacian Smith will tell us why.
And on your Tuesday, it is a warm one out here on the Jet Deck. We're happy to be broadcasting from outside where temperatures are warm right now, and there's a little bit of wind blowing. We mentioned that we'd have a little more wind today. Looking ahead in the forecast, though, we will see a continuation of this pattern. Here's the deal. 74 degrees right now in D'Iberville, Mississippi, 70 in Orange Beach, 73 in Mobile. I'll tell you, it feels a little warmer though, and there's quite a bit of humidity that we're dealing with as well. Here's a view, a part of our Eastern Shore Toyota camera network. This is at the Scarlet Pearl in D'Iberville, Mississippi. Over the next few hours, we'll have temperatures rolling down into the 60s, and again, it's a very, very humid feel out there. And moisture, all the humidity that we're going to have. Be ready for it if you have plans to be outside this afternoon or this evening because it is not crisp at all like it used to be here earlier this year. All right, downtown Mobile right now. This is on Government Street. 72 degrees, dropping into the 60s for that one. Looking ahead in the forecast again, we are expecting a mild night tonight. Temperatures in the 50s, 55 degrees in Bay Minette, 58 in Mobile, 59 Gulf Shore, 59 in Pensacola. Enhanced fog futurecast does show some fog developing across the region, so be prepared once again for foggy conditions overnight tonight into our Wednesday morning. The fog will burn off though. Day planner across the area, multiple locations, your specific location-based forecast. 77 degrees at 1 p.m. in Mobile, 1 p.m. 80 degrees in Evergreen. Our inland folks getting a little warmer with the afternoon highs tomorrow. Take a look at them here. Woo, 84 in Chatham. 84 in Calvert, 79 in Mobile, 73 in Pensacola, 75 in Gulf Shores. Moderate risk of rip currents tomorrow for those heading down to the beach. It is going to be a decent beach day. Water temperatures are in the middle 60s right now, and that is the deal in your forecast. I'll have another update coming up.
All right, Nick, well, we were here yesterday asking folks to submit their pictures of the total lunar eclipse in our area, and people certainly delivered.
This, you want to hear a bad story real quick?
I'm listening.
I woke up right after the moon set.
No. I missed it too, though.
And I woke up early too, saying, "Okay, yeah, let me double check my alarm."
Right.
And I just didn't do it.
It's a great thing we have these pictures to catch us up. So let's go take a look at
This was cool because it was lower in the horizon. Jason Isabel setting this first picture in lunar eclipse at totality, near totality, from Pensacola. A great photo. The reddish tint. Also, you can see the totality is when you have that kind of the true dark red color, but now we're starting to see kind of the back corner of the moon.
Wow.
Be a little bit brighter there. Really, really nice shot.
I do see. This next one coming in from Crystal Godwin, the lunar eclipse / blood moon from Oak Grove, Florida. Once again, a really pretty picture there. A little bit less, I guess, in this one to see.
Yeah, it's a little harder to see. The lighting and the camera is different, but you can see the bottom sliver of the moon taken there. So we love that photo. Thank you for saying. I know it's hard to get these kind of photos, but we'll take them. All right, Lane sending this one in lunar eclipse from Theodore. This one when we still have the brightness on the bottom side. This is a really cool photo.
Wow, this is amazing.
And that little extra crest that you're seeing down at the bottom, that is the the lens.
Do you know how
reflection.
often this total lunar eclipse happens?
Every once in a while, I'll say.
Okay,
I mean, it is.
sure.
I wouldn't call it uncommon.
Yeah.
We have them every once in a while. It's always done. It's the solar eclipses that are super
Yeah, so if you missed it, don't worry, have pictures here. Maybe you'll catch the next one. This next one coming from Brooke Byram in Loosedale, I believe.
Yes, and it's a very similar picture to the last one where you have the bottom part of that moon still lit. And of course, I would have a feeling this was early in the night when it was still completely dark here. But great photo. Good job zooming in. The phones can do a lot zooming in. That is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool that we don't have to have these really fancy cameras to capture pictures like this anymore.
Yes.
This next one is submitted by Scott Bailey, and this was the lunar eclipse, this time over Dauphin Island.
Really great photo here. You can see there's a tree at the bottom of the picture. Then you have the moon, and again that side. I think a lot of people caught this towards the back half.
Sure.
And that's what you're seeing there. Of course, now the sky is getting lighter there. It was low in the horizon. You know, actually, now that I think about it, I probably got up right around when moonset was. I'd have to double check the time. I can't remember. But I probably got up right when moonset was. It's just that I have some trees in my yard.
Right.
So it goes low and then I can't see it anymore.
Well, I completely forgot about it. So thank you for sending the pictures, although we have been talking about it here on Fox 10. If you do have those pictures and you'd like to submit them, you can do that online at fox10tv.com. Where else can folks submit?
On the Fox 10 Weather app, it is the easy process, so do submit those photos.
Okay, we'll be right back with more Fox 10 Live outside in just a moment.
Fox 10 In Depth. Available anytime on the Fox 10. committed to you. This is Fox 10 Live.
Welcome back in. Here's your reminder that daylight saving time begins this Sunday starting at 2 a.m.
Oh boy, here we go. It's giving most Americans an extra hour of evening light, though, which is something that I advocate for.
There you go, but one less hour of sleep this weekend.
Now that is not the best. That seasonal change could impact your body's internal clock and could be challenging for those who have trouble falling asleep.
Health experts have some tips on how to readjust your sleep-wake routine.
If possible, move back your natural sleep cycle by 15 minutes each day. Doing that 1 or 2 days this week could help.
And try setting your alarm 15 minutes earlier each day and open those curtains to get more exposure to sunlight. Those are some really good tips. Nick, I feel like now would be a great time for you to set your sleep schedule.
I can't do that.
I feel like that's a really good idea.
I can't, there is no physical way for me to set my sleep schedule.
Okay, so
what if the weather happens at like midnight? I'm up.
He always has to work. Matt Barentine and I were talking about this today, and I feel like this really applies to people that have a set sleep routine. It really affects those people, so it might not really affect you,
It does not
right?
affect meteorologists, no.
There you go.
I
That's
haven't
a
slept
win.
correctly since, 3 or 4 years.
Keep them in your thoughts, please. Okay, well, in the meantime, if you need some caffeine because of all of that, Starbucks is ready to spring forward as well.
The company is launching its latest seasonal lineup today.
It features chai, oob, lavender, and coconut flavored drinks.
Is that ube or oob? I don't know.
Ube, I don't know.
In addition to the new choice, Starbucks is also bringing back its iced lavender cream matcha, a very popular choice.
Yes, like this, later this spring, Starbucks will unveil its new iced mango cream matcha. So a summery drink there. I am allergic to mangoes, so won't be able to have that one. But the lavender one is absolutely divine.
I am more appealed by the mango, but I am not a huge matcha person.
Really?
Honestly.
I feel like a lot of people don't love matcha. I love matcha personally, but you have to have a good one.
Yeah, that is true. I don't think I've really had a really stellar one, but
Yeah.
I don't know, I might try it. I do love, especially as it gets spring and summer, Starbucks drinks spring and summer, some of my favorites.
Yeah, they have unique drinks as well, so excited for that. NASA, in the meantime, says it found a galaxy that might have more dark matter than any ever discovered before.
Scientists say the Hubble Space Telescope detected what they're calling Candidate Dark Galaxy 2.
They think it might be made up of at least 99.9% dark matter.
That matter is invisible, but researchers have ways of inferring it's there.
Wow.
This is above my pay grade.
I was about to say, what did we just read there?
This is science above my pay grade.
Define
This is
dark
cool,
matter.
though.
I don't know.
This is cool,
It is.
though. Amazing what our telescopes can discover and find. Really awesome.
Incredible.
Now it's time for a look at the forecast. Here's a look outside again. 73 degrees right now in Mobile. The live cameras for an Eastern Shore Toyota camera network showing you all the views. Really nice looking stuff out there. Again, we'll go through the Scarlet Pearl camera again. We're watching for sunset later on this evening. I think it will be a nice sunset. If you have any good sunset photos, do send them in on the Fox 10 weather app. Temperatures in the 60s this evening with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Downtown Mobile from Government also looking good. Partly cloudy, 69 degrees at 6 p.m., 67, 66 for our temperatures at 7 and 8. Reminder that once again we will deal with some fog tonight. So if you have an early morning commute on Wednesday morning, just be prepared. You could have reduced visibilities. We've been keeping an eye on this fog over the last few days. Check in with Matt Barentine tomorrow morning. He will have, of course, your fog travel updates and those traffic updates as well. All right, 58 degrees tomorrow morning in Mobile, 59 Gulf Shores, 59 in Pensacola. That is what I would consider mild. And then tomorrow afternoon, it gets a little hot, if I'm being honest. 84 degrees in McLean and Leakesville. So that is pretty warm, especially with the humidity that you have in place. 80 in Van Cleve, 74 in Pensacola. In our inland spots, inland is actually warmest because you're away from the water. The water's a moderating factor in temperature. You're away from that, so your temperatures can be a little more extreme in the mornings and afternoons. Therefore, you see low to mid 80s for our inland spots. Here near Mobile Bay, water temperatures are generally cool, so your temperatures are held down a bit. Mostly in the 70s. Away from the bay, though, you're up in the 80s. Then 70s for much of northwest Florida. North of Interstate 10, however, closer to Highway 4, say Munson, 81 degrees. 80 in Century, 81 in Century, I should say, 81 in Walnut Hill. Futurecast overnight into our Wednesday morning does show very clearly. It's kind of cool to look at. Fog development there. And then you go into the afternoon. Few clouds, but no major issues. Really not expecting any rain showers on our Wednesday. Looking ahead, though, the rain chances do go up. We did an updated forecast cycle here for the afternoon, and you notice we bumped up, which is something we said we might do for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This is scattered, spotty rain showers. It's a frontal boundary that comes close to our region, but does not get there. So we're just going to be in a warm, humid air mass and have those scattered showers around. Warm afternoon temperatures, though, do continue. We are not expecting any cool downs over the next at least 10 days here. You can see the warm afternoon temperatures do continue. So here's how it looks in the 7-day outlook. Temperatures around 80, 81 there. Morning temperatures in the 60s. Slight chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms. I'm going to go to the 10-day outlook. There seems to be in the long-range models some kind of front around the end of next week. Next week is looking a bit more unsettled, and maybe towards the end of the week we could have a system that passes through here. That would eventually knock our temperatures down a bit. By how much, it's a little too far to tell right now, but that looks like the next major system. For now, it's scattered showers for the end of the week.
All right, Nick, thank you. As things warm up out here, tax filing season is also underway this spring. And though it may be a hassle to file your federal income tax return, if you're like a majority of U.S. filers, you'll get a refund soon after you do. But this year, your refund may be larger for a couple of reasons. Ivan Rodriguez joins us now to discuss why and how people can take full advantage of their extra cash. Let's listen in.
There's two main reasons why Americans might receive a larger tax refund this year. First, Congress made a number of new and expanded tax breaks effective for tax year 2025. Also, most people did not adjust the tax withholding on their paychecks last year to account for the changes in their tax breaks.
Some people are getting larger child tax credits, lower tax brackets were extended. So for most people, there should be a little bit more in that tax refund this year.
Through the week ending February 20th, just about 29 million people had received 2025 federal tax refunds, averaging $3,800, according to the IRS. That's more than 10% higher than the same period last year.
This money can make a big difference in your overall financial well-being.
Ted Rossman with Bankrate says there are a few things to consider in terms of where to put your money to best use.
Credit card debt payoff should be a priority because the interest rates are so high. The average credit card debt load is around $6,700 according to TransUnion. If you make minimum payments towards that average amount at the average interest rate, you're in debt for close to 20 years.
Other areas to look at include boosting your emergency savings, saving for a home purchase, and investing. Although Rossman suggests not investing until you've checked off a few other boxes.
Historically, stocks have returned an annual average of about 10%. So your money's going to be doubling roughly every 7 years when that happens. So if you put that tax refund in today, that $3,800 could be around $10,000.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
National Pancake Day coming up on Tasty Tuesday after this.
On the next Investigate TV Plus, lupus is a disease that can be debilitating and even life-threatening. But an experimental treatment is bringing new hope to patients.
I would say it's just really groundbreaking in a way that we had never imagined.
We take an in-depth look at this pioneering research and hear from a young mother benefiting from this potential breakthrough.
Tacoma SR5 for $289 a month for 36 months with $42.88 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back into the kitchen. It is Tasty Tuesday and it's National Pancake Day. And grab some wonderful pancakes from IHOP today. We have 4 flavors. This first one, New York cheesecake. The second one, tres leche. Sure. This next one, Cinestack. It's kind of like a cinnamon roll. And our final one is cupcake flavor. I have had none of these, so I'm excited.
I have not been to IHOP in a decent while. even though I'm a huge fan.
Well, let's
so I'm
hop
excited.
right into it.
So this one, New York cheesecake. So it came with the strawberries. You talked. We got these
Let's
to
dive
go
in.
from. Oh, which IHOP did you go to?
One moment. The one on Airport Boulevard.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Here in Mobile.
So thank you to Airport Boulevard. Oh.
Oh, wow, the opera. Wow, must be good. The strawberries, very fresh, wonderful. Very summery, perfect for the season.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah, that's just your
It doesn't have
classic.
I wouldn't say that the pancake itself has a very unique flavor. But,
This next one, tres leche.
yes, this one's
I'm
going to be
excited
good.
for this one.
This one smelled the best when we opened it, I feel like.
That is a literal dessert.
Yeah, that's the one thing about these pancakes.
That's
These are
so
desserts.
good. High calorie, but they're delicious. That's so good. The caramel. Okay, this next
Rich.
one.
That one's very rich.
Cinestack, I've heard tastes like a cinnamon roll. You can see that icing there. It kind of looks like a cinnamon roll.
That one, I got more pancake in that one. That tastes good.
Ooh.
That's kind of large.
The cinnamon is really strong in this one.
Okay.
But I like it. So if you like cinnamon, that's a good one. Okay.
Very cinnamon.
Final one. I'm excited. All right. Sorry, I'm taking the bigger bite because I'm hungry. Fight me
The
later.
cinnamon ones. Okay.
I like it.
I'm
a big cinnamon person though. You have to like cinnamon to like that one.
I've had king cakes.
Okay,
that are more than
cupcake. We
that.
gotta try this one quick.
Yep.
That's like a birthday cake right there.
Yes, I barely tasted
That is
anything
so
after
good.
that cinnamon
Listen,
one.
if you're watching and this looks delicious to you, IHOP is actually running a deal today, by the way, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at participating locations across the nation. You can get 3 free buttermilk pancakes. So that's fun. Keep that in mind. What do you think?
Great stuff.
All right. Thank you for
Pancake day.
watching Fox 10 Live. We'll see you on Fox 10 News at 4. We're going to enjoy these pancakes.